good evening, millionaires, good evening, millionaires. You know, okay, so let me explain. If you guys cannot see me, right, you see this pink. It'll change in a second. But good evening, millionaires. Hey, I see we got Christopher Andrews. Good evening, good evening. So listen, here's the thing. Martell, welcome to the call, millionaire. Welcome to the call. I never know when, okay, because I'm on my computer. So when I hit stream, right, I never know when you can see it. Even though it's not live yet, you guys can still see it. And so, you know, sometimes I'm like putting on lip gloss and stuff like that. It's just so ridiculous. Okay, good evening, good evening. Good evening, millionaires. I know y'all think I'm crazy. That's okay. A lot of people do. I'm like screaming at the computer. Good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Welcome to yet another edition of Good Evening, Millionaire. So tonight is going to be like so good. Okay, like every other night. But tonight is strictly for my business owners. So hey, if you own a business, make sure that you share this with people that own businesses. And then make sure that right, you share it not only on your personal page, but you also want to share it in any groups that you in. Because remember, even if you already know this information, it may be somebody on your timeline that doesn't. So each one teach one, we can change the world. Good evening, millionaires. My name is Amma Nancy. I go by AmmaTheCPA. Good evening, Nana. Because I am a CPA, is licensed, registered, certified public accountant from the great, lovely Windy City, right? The lovely Windy City. So, which means that I'm certified to help the public when it comes to different accounting and financial needs. So I love to just give back, provide service. You guys can see in the caption, I have each one teach one, enter to learn, depart to serve, #BCU. Right, I graduated from Bethune-Cookman University, and that was like our that I don't know what's that. That's our motto, right? That's like our motto for Bethune-Cookman University. It's Daytona Beach, Florida. So shout out to all my Wildcats, or should I say hell Wildcats, right? So good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Make sure you share it. Hey Nip. Hey Miss Emily. Hey, Roderick. Hey, Marsha. Good evening, millionaire. So do me a favor, put in the comments, good evening, millionaire, right? If this is your first time joining us, let me explain. We always greet each other by millionaires. This is good evening, millionaire. We also have good morning, millionaire, right? But we greet each other by millionaire. Why? Because everything happens 3 times, okay? The first time is in your mind. So we always say millionaire minded. The second time is on paper. You want to write it down and make it plain, right? And the third time is in execution. So I'm personally in my execution phase. So good evening, millionaires. I'm always here to help. It's not important to me like how you make your money, how you make a living, what type of business that you're in, etc., etc. It's just important to me what you do with it, and that's your life, millionaire. So good evening, millionaires. We're going to go ahead and get started. I knew I was missing something. Turn on your notifications. I need to write this stuff down. Turn on your notifications. Make sure that you do not miss another broadcast or any broadcast, because we're here 5 days a week, right? Good evening, Mark Anthony Bates. Good evening, millionaire. So good evening, Jacob. Hey, millionaire. So you want to make sure that you turn on your notifications so you will be notified when we go live, right? Natasha Brandy, Latanya Millette. Good evening, millionaires. So millionaires, before we even get started, now sometimes I can see these comments and sometimes I can't. So if I don't shout y'all out, don't hold it against me. It's the system that I'm on. So good evening, millionaires. So turn on your notifications. Make sure you join us. You can join Dear Millionaire, right? It's also in the caption. But if one of my lovely millionaire-minded family members can put in the comments, that would be awesome. What you can do to subscribe, all you have to do is text the number. It's 81010. We send out all types of cool tips and tricks about success in hopes that it helps you get further and faster and with less effort, right? Also, make sure that you guys check out AmmaTheCPA.com. Somebody put that in the caption for me. That would be awesome. JT, good evening, millionaire. Good evening, millionaire. right? Put that in the caption for me too. We have like really cool tips on increasing your cash flow. A lot of people feel like they have an income problem. They feel like they don't make enough money, but in reality, you just have a problem managing your cash flow. So I got a whole video series. It's only 3 parts where I'm talking about a whole, but that's the whole series, right? So good evening, millionaires. So we'll go ahead and get started. So tonight we're talking about business credit tips, okay? Business credit tips. Now, here's the whole thing when it comes to credit, right? People always say that cash is king, right? And that's true, but we all know who rules the world, right? And that's women, right? Or girls, as Beyonce says. So credit is queen. Thank you, Miss Emily. Thank you so much, Miss Emily. So credit is queen. So not only do we focus on personal credit, we focus on personal finances, personal credit, but we also focus on business credit and business funding and business loans, hard money loans and stuff like that, because it's all about entrepreneurship and just helping each other grow, right? So the whole thing is that if you could use your credit to really propel your business, then that's way better than using your cash flow. So many businesses go out of business because, not saying that you don't have to pay your credit back, obviously you do, but so many businesses go out of business because they're using their day-to-day cash flow, which can be very difficult. So it's like you can't be waiting, just how we said the other day with personal finances, right? You can't pay this month's money with this month's bills, right? It's like you can, but as soon as something happens, it's a problem, right? So it's all about financial success and stuff like that. So the same thing when it comes to your business. If you're trying to operate your business, you're trying to pay your staff, your workers with this month's money, you're like, okay, they're paying me right here, so I'm gonna pay you. It's like, no, you can't do that, right? You can't say, well, I have this big project that I'm working on, but as soon as I get paid on this project, then I can continue to fund this project. That's not how it works, okay? So I mean, that's how a lot of people do it, but I would strongly urge against it. You want to get to a position, millionaires, where you are using like other people's money, like different investors. But in order to do that, you have to have good credit, and that starts with your business credit. Nobody's going to give you any type of money, any type of loans, any type of anything if you don't have your business credit established. Hey, Millionaire Rose. Good evening, millionaire. Okay, millionaires, make sure that you are sharing the broadcast. Right, you want to make sure you're sharing the broadcast not only on your personal page, but also in different groups that you are in. And also, I don't know if I said, because I only see a few people that did it, but put in the comments, good evening, millionaire, and let us know where you're calling in from. It's always lovely to see our millionaire-minded family all throughout the nation. You know, environment is stronger than willpower, so we want to be in contact with people that have the same type of mindset as us, right? Okay, so good evening, millionaire. We're going to go ahead and get started, right? So number 1, give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. So the first thing that you want to do when you are really working on your business credit is you want to make sure that you keep all your information up to date with the 3 credit bureaus, right? Very similar to your personal credit, but you want to make sure that everything is up to date with your business credit profile, which means that what you want to be checking it, right? You want to make sure that it's all up to date. If you switched from this PO box to this PO box, if you switch from this location to this location, you want to make sure that all of that is set and always correct, right? Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Miss Emily. Thank you, Roderick. Because what you want to do is you don't want to get to a situation where you're like, oh, that was the person before me, you know, see, they have apostrophe S at the end of their business and I don't have the apostrophe S, right? Because believe it or not, a lot of businesses are even named the same or very, very similar. So you don't want to get into a situation where you have any type of mix-up. So you always want to be checking your credit reports. You always want to be checking and making sure that all your information is updated and correct on your business credit profile. You want to take this dead serious, millionaires. Not like your personal credit. right? Now the thing is, okay, now that's a joke, right? But the thing is this, with your personal credit, you started building your personal credit from when you were like 18, right? Some of us even sooner than that, because we know how how things happen sometimes, right? We had different stuff in our name when we were kids and stuff like that. So you started with your personal credit a long, long time ago. When it's time to work on your business credit, now you're older. Now you know the importance of credit. So you want to be dead serious, okay? So make sure that you stay on top of that. Number two, give me a number two and a share. Good evening, millionaires. And if you are just now joining the broadcast, then welcome, right? Or if you're on the replay, welcome to the replay. Still make sure that you participate, meaning turn on your notifications, put in the comments, let us know where you're calling in from, and share the broadcast. So good evening, millionaire. Number two, you want to, when you're working on your business credit profile, you want to establish trade lines with your suppliers. Now, believe it or not, a lot of these suppliers, they can report to the credit agencies, right? So you want to establish different trade lines with them and stuff like that. So let's say, I don't know, let's say you're like in construction or something like that, because that's like very popular. Let's say you're in construction and you have people that that you get like all your materials and stuff from. Home Depot has a card. Home Depot has a card, even if you have the cash to pay for it. But by establishing like a trade line with this supplier, then it's showing like, oh, okay, so Quincy, hey Quincy, welcome, millionaire. I was just talking about you. I got to give you a call. Literally just talking about you today. So when you have like a trade line established, then they can see like, oh, okay, this person is buying from them all the time, but they're paying it off. They're buying it, they're paying it off. So you want to establish trade lines with whatever your suppliers are, because this is stuff that can go on your credit. So even, thank you so much, Mark. So even if you, let's say like, you want to go to the places that you normally shop at and just ask them, can you get a trade line? They'll give you something, make you fill out a paperwork, whatever. And it's like, that's cool. But the whole thing is, don't always be in the habit and so quick to pay cash, because you need your cash flow. Okay. You want to use your cash flow for when you really, really need it. You want to use your cash flow for stuff that has to be cash, like payroll, right? You don't want to have people waiting on their money and they're saying like, oh, I couldn't get paid because this was late and this person. No, that's not how you want to do it. So you want to make sure that you use your cash when you really, really need your cash, and you use your credit, right, all the rest of the time. Okay, so number three, give me a number three and a share. Give me a number three and a share. Good evening, millionaires. So put a number three in the comments, and please share the broadcast. Not only share it on your personal page, but also share it in different groups that you're in. So good evening, millionaires. Okay, pay on time. And even if you can pay early, pay early. Now, this is so important, millionaires, because the whole thing is that with your business credit, now is the time that you want to be dead serious. So you don't want to pay stuff the same type of habits that you had or maybe had when it was your personal credit, right? You want to pay every single thing on time. You want to pay that stuff off early, because this is your brand new credit history for your business. This is where you really want to establish your business credit. This is where you want to go somewhere and get a loan for $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, right? They aren't going to give you that kind of money if you're showing that you pay late, right? Now, of course, if you need that type of money, you need any type of business funding and stuff like that, then definitely feel free to reach out to me. We can help you with that, or you can reach out to any of my my millionaire business partners and stuff like that. But shoot me an inbox and I can totally help. But you want to really pay your stuff on time, because it's really time, for you to launch your business, take your business to the next level, and you need money to do that. A lot of times, especially when it's like real estate and different construction and stuff like that, like you need your money to do other stuff. So you really want to be able to focus on other money coming in, like even if it's like an amazing line of credit where you have it if you need it. You know, if you don't need it, you don't have to touch it. But you don't want to be in the place where you're like hand over fist. Okay, hand over fist, paycheck to paycheck or contract to contract. That's not how you want to do business, millionaire. So make sure that you are taking your business credit dead serious. Okay, somebody put that in the comments for me. Dead serious. Take this dead serious and reach out to me if I can help. So make sure you pay early or on time even, okay? Number 4. Give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Put a number 4 in the comments and share the broadcast. Put a number 4 in the comments and share the broadcast. Good evening, millionaires. So number 4, you want to borrow from lenders that actually report to the credit bureaus. So like how we said in number 2, where you want to establish trade lines with your suppliers, right? You want to make sure too that if you have this trade line, if you're borrowing from this one company or this one supplier, that they're actually reporting. Because, I mean, what's the point, right? What's the point of borrowing from anybody if they aren't going to report it on your credit? And that goes for everything, whether it's your personal credit or your business credit. I don't want to borrow nothing if they are not reporting it on my credit, because I know I'm going to pay it back on time. I know I'm going to pay it back early, and it's all about establishing a history. Business credit, just like with your personal credit, is like a GPA when you're in school, okay? So that's like your grade point average when you're in school. It's all about your history. So you remember, you know, you started school kind of with nothing, right? You're like, I don't know. Let me see what happens. Like high school and college, you're like, I don't know, right? Then you got your first report card. Maybe you had, you know, all A's, right? You get all A's your first semester. So then you have a 4.0 just like that. But then guess what? You get a D next semester. Now you're down to a 3.2 just like that, right? A 3.2. You get a C, a couple C's the semester after that. Now you're like a 3.3. So you're like, you're struggling trying to get back to that 4.0 because it's taking into consideration your entire history. So you want to keep that in mind, that with your personal credit as well as your business credit, because that's what we're talking about in this video, that it's all about your history. So number 4 is you want to make sure that you borrow from lenders that are reporting, because you don't want to be making all these payments on time and it's not counting for anything. You know, like that defeats the purpose. So now, of course, if it's a supplier that, you know, they have the best stuff, but they just don't report, you can talk to them about it. If they say like, sorry, we just don't report because X, Y, and Z or whatever, you know, if you are an amazing customer, then maybe they'll do it for you. But if not, then, and you can't find anybody else, then I get it. It's like they have the best quality stuff for whatever it is that your business is. But you want to try to find somebody that can report. You know, so I would totally urge you to shop around, find somebody that will report on your behalf and show that you are an amazing customer, because it's all about building your business credit and making sure that you can get, you know, that $250,000 line of credit or $50,000, whatever it is that you're looking for, okay? Okay. Our last one. So good evening, millionaires. Welcome to the broadcast and welcome to the replay if you are just joining us. If you are on the replay, please do me a favor and still put in the comments everything that we say and participate in the broadcast. Make sure you go back to the beginning too, okay? Number 5 is you want to keep your credit, your public record clean. I'm sorry, your public record clean. So millionaires, give me a number 5 and a share. Put a number 5 in the comments of the broadcast and please share it. And not only share it on your personal page, but also share it in different groups that you are in. Good evening, millionaire. So you want to keep your public record clean. So your public record is now this may sound crazy, but it's like your public record It's stuff, if you've ever been arrested, if you know, anything, any type of trouble with the law. You want to make sure that you keep this clean because this is your public record and you don't now, even though it's not on your credit report, you never know what people are going to look at. And by it being your public record, you never know what will happen and somebody looks that up and then it makes you seem like a horrible person. Like one of my really, really good friends had a horrible situation where he has a rental property. The tenant was not paying rent. He's trying to put them out. They are not getting out. They didn't want to get out. They were supposed to get out by a specific day. Okay, so let's say they were supposed to get out today. He goes over there. All the lights are out. There's no cars in the driveway. So he goes in because he's the owner of the property. He goes in and the kids are home and they're like, our mom is not here. Please leave. So, of course, he leaves, right? He's one of my best friends. He leaves. Then, next thing you know, he's getting pulled over for like a some type of I don't know, a traffic, I don't know. So they ran, sometimes the police are behind you. They just run your plates, right? They run your plates. He had a warrant out because she accused him of breaking and entering and trespassing, even though it was his property, right? So stuff like that, thank God he was able to clear that situation up quick, fast, and in a hurry. But things happen, millionaires. So you want to make sure that you stay on top of this stuff. Keep your public record as clean as possible, but stay on top of it. Like we said, always be checking and stuff like that because you never know what is on your, what can go on there, what's on your public record, what's on your credit, right? And so make sure that you keep everything nice and clean and take this dead serious because this is how you're going to get, like I said, the $100,000, $150,000, $250,000 lines of credit and stuff like that to really launch your business. So if you are in, if you're looking to launch your business, definitely feel free to reach out to me or one of my amazing business partners. We can help you. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But first, let me see. What am I talking about tomorrow? Also, make sure that you guys check us out on Good Morning Millionaire. I always post it on my page in the morning. So make sure that you guys check that out. Oh, tomorrow, how you can have good credit even with your student loan. So that's a really, really good one. Make sure that you tune in for that tomorrow. Same exact time, same exact station. Good evening, millionaires. I'm Amma the CPA. Again, it's not important to me how you make a living, what type of business that you're in. It's just important to me what you do with it, and that's your life, millionaire. So good evening, millionaires. See you tomorrow, or yes, tomorrow morning on Good Morning Millionaire. Make sure that you guys subscribe to Dear Millionaire. If somebody could put that in the comments for me, please. And then also make sure that you guys check out AmmaTheCPA.com on tips on increasing your cash flow, or even if you just want like a consultation with yours truly, Amma the CPA, your favorite CPA's favorite CPA.